It's been tagged as Boracay North as we welcome you to beautiful Ani Beach, Santa Ana, Cagayan in the Philippines, where pristine white sand and crystal clear tranquil water gives way to an incredible setting, both above the water and under. Here you'll be greeted to an underwater experience unique to this area, as coral reefs are plentiful and the diving spectacular. But the real reason we are here rests above the water with women's beach volleyball. Seagal is very proud to present the BVR International. The Beach Volleyball Republic is honored to welcome teams from the likes of Brazil, the United States, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and a bevy of others making up this very competitive tournament, celebrating the lifestyle of volleyball. The women participated in 3 days of hard-hitting, fast-paced action, culminating in an exciting final. Today, you'll be treated to excellent on-the-court volleyball action. Plus, you'll get to experience the beauty and lifestyle of the Philippines. If you've never been, you'll want to go. If you've been, this will entice you to return to this amazing location. Women's beach volleyball, the sights and sounds of the Philippines. What else could you ask for? This is the BVR Invitational, and all the action starts right now.
We are Beach Volleyball Republic, and this is BVR Invitational!
The setting for the BVR Invitational is spectacular. The surrounding area is just fantastic. It's a must-see. Our journey to Ani Beach began on Philippine Airlines. Daily and multiple flights are available from Manila, and it's an easy 1-hour flight. We had the pleasure of staying at Avalon Beach Resort, a spectacular place to stay when you're in Santa Ana. From Avalon, we ventured out to the main road for a 30-minute drive to the venue. It's a great drive as we took in the lush greenery of the tropics on our way that brought us right into the beach. The festivities of the event began the evening before at a meet and greet. There was a sense of excitement right away as everyone was anxious to first get some rest and then hitting the beach to play the sport they so dearly love. After a night of rest, the players were on the beach for the opening ceremony. No doubt they were excited to be on hand, and they were ready to play and celebrate the sport of volleyball. The director of the tournament, Tony Liao, signified the opening of the BVR Invitational.
I would like to declare the BVR Invitational open, and hopefully we will have more of this next year. Thank you.
And with that, the first and inaugural serve was made, and the BVR Invitational was open to play.
No, we don't stop. We always get invited and we don't flop. And yeah, we're always looking hot, just because we want to make your jaw drop. And everybody's on the guest list. Wave your hands in the air if you get it. Because everything here is big time, and everything here gets a rewind.
I'm feeling like a hot mess as I operate blind. Someone give me something, cause need to get you off my mind. Your love is like a drive-by, all killing, no fun. And I know it won't survive. Once you pull back.
Pool play started with some excellent matches. Going into the event, the number one team of Brazil was favored to do well. Mimi Emerald and her left-handed partner, Bruna Figueiredo, posed a substantial threat to the rest of the field. Having tremendous experience to their advantage and having been to the Philippines previously, they jumped at the opportunity of playing at the BVR Invitational.
Because I'm very fun here, because last year, me and Bruna come to Philippines, and I like so much the people, the tournament, the people is very simple, and I meet Shadow, and Shadow invited us again, and so happy here because a good place, a good people.
Yes, Brazil came to the Philippines for all the right reasons. In their first match, they defeated Singapore quite easily, 21-13 and 21-8. The tandem were off to a good start in this 4-bracket 12-team tournament. The other team favored to do well was the USA #1 team of Jennifer Snyder and Shara Harris. Having flown in the night before from Los Angeles, they were battling jet lag and took on the team of Hong Kong 2. They showed little effects of the 17 hours in the air as they defeated Hong Kong 21-14 in the first game and 21-13 in the second. This powerful team does not have a long history of playing together, and they are still getting a feel for the style of play and approach they both bring to the sand. With that said, they had little trouble easing their way into the tournament.
It is so hot. I think all of us are, battling through a little bit of fatigue and jet lag, but we decided to take care of two really important things. With this FIVB ball, you got to serve tough and you got to pass well. I think we did a good job of finding out where their passing weakness was, and that helped us a ton to earn points. And then we took care of our passes so that we could at least get in an opportunity to side out.
Shara and her partner would have yet another match on day one, and to get ready for that, Shara added some insight to her game plan.
Yes, the most important thing right now is to probably get in the water, cool our body temperature down a little bit, but not too much. That's why the Philippines is awesome, because the water is like bath water. And then we need to refuel and get in the shape. So as much as we can do to stay off of our legs, to keep our legs fresh, and then to make sure that our food, the great thing about Filipino food is you got carbs, rice, and you got some protein. So we're looking forward to lunch.
They would play the BVR #1 team representing the Philippines with team members Charo Soriano and B. Tan. The pair are standout players and bring a quality game to the beach each and every time out. Charo is also one of the main reasons that BVR exists, as her love for the game and her desire to promote it as a lifestyle has become contagious throughout the Philippines. In their match against Snyder and Harris of USA, they had their hands full, but did give USA all they could handle. Snyder and Harris would win the first game 21-5. In game number 2, the pace slowed down in favor of BVR as they held off the Americans with a 21-15 win. They were thrilled in pushing this match to a third game. The Americans regained their composure, running away with it with a 15-5 win to join Brazil in going 2-0 on the day.
We have to move them around a lot. The game here is a lot different. They're very scrappy, they move, lots of shots. So as a blocker, kind of changes our game a little bit. So we had to serve really tough, which they in turn did it back to us, and you have to take care of the ball. This ball's a little different, we're not used to playing with it, so we're working on that each and every game and as things go on. But they played great, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
Also going undefeated in day 1 was the team of Julia Tilley and Alice Bain, representing New Zealand. After winning their first match defeating Hong Kong, they went toe-to-toe with the BVR #2 team of Alexa Misek and partner Leah Hinkey. After inking a 23-21 first game win, they again rose to the occasion with a 21-17 win. Credit also goes out to Team Thailand for going 2-0 on the day. There's so much more volleyball to come as the intensity heats up. Plus, we'll take you in and around the Philippines. We'll visit Pacific Cebu Resort while we catch up with Grandmaster Max Caballas and the popular martial art of stick fighting, an incredible visual sport that is gaining popularity around the world. You're watching the BVR Invitational and all that the Philippines has to offer. Stay with us.
For 75 years, your journeys have become our journeys. And now that we're flying to more destinations than ever, people all over the world are discovering the warmth that shines through from the heart of the Filipino.
The heart of the Filipino, shining through. Philippine Airlines, shining through.
Sigal, Cagayan Grand Adventure and Leisure is proud to present the BVR Invitational, being brought to you by Philippine Airlines, by Marriott Manila, by Cagayan Valley Department of Tourism, the Philippines, where the adventure never ends, and by GMB Racing Travel Agency. Allow Gina and her staff to show you this amazing province. We welcome you back to the Philippines and the Cagayan Valley for this inaugural BVR Invitational. This is a beautiful location with so much to offer. There are no bad days when it comes to jet skiing and water sports in the Philippines. With that said, the center of our attention is the exceptional women's beach volleyball that is taking place on the beach in this 3-day competition between 12 teams representing 7 different countries. We'll be sure to get back to the court for more great volleyball action. But first, we take you to Cebu and Pacific Cebu Resort, where life slows down and the charm of the Philippines shines brightly. But on this day, we picked up the pace with a special showcase of one of the most popular and oldest martial arts in Southeast Asia, and that is stick fighting. Pacific Cebu Resort hosted this special mid-morning workout in what is a fascinating martial art that has a long and impressive history. Around the world, stick fighting takes on many forms, styles, and specified techniques. The one common factor is that this martial art is performed with a stick. In Cebu City, we had the pleasure of being introduced to Grandmaster Max Caballas and his 3 sons as they took to the beach at Pacific Cebu Resort to display their talents and provide us with insight on stick fighting in the Philippines. Grandmaster Max is a defined leader of his craft, and with passion, he spoke of this fast-moving, incredible martial art. His goal is to increase awareness of stick fighting in the Philippines and beyond. I had the pleasure of speaking to him one-on-one, and the first question I asked was why he chose stick fighting as a martial art.
Thank you for the question. It's a very nice question, but I'm telling you this, I am just only following the clan. The craft that I am talking to you is arnis de caballos. That belongs to the clan of arnis de caballos. From Lucy Pares, here comes the first wave arnis de caballos, led by my great-grandfather.
Well, the family tradition continues with Grandmaster Max Caballas and now his sons who showcase their talents. Stick fighting was established long ago, and the Grandmaster is a teacher in schools to further develop discipline with this activity.
Stick fighting or arnis de caballos or arnis per se is an activity teaching students or anybody who wants to learn, because we believe that preparing ourselves using a weapon is the basic way to protect yourself from any attackers or opponent. Then, okay, next to the eyes. Bang, then, here. Boom.
Grandmaster Max points out and stresses that stick fighting should be used as a defensive resource, not an offensive weapon.
We only protect ourselves. But nowadays, some show me there in the YouTube and other activities that they are trying to proceed in a motion that it will become the offensive. No, wrong. It should be the defensive way.
Stick fighting is definitely an art form, and the speed and agility of the sticks can seem intimidating if you're a beginner. But Grandmaster Max explains the slow pace of training that he instills.
Actually, when I do the training, especially I myself handle the student, I always tailored our training to the person who wants to learn. We started it slow, then get it faster. As soon as you can give your best, 180 strikes per minute. That's the best way.
As previously mentioned, it's Grandmaster Max's desire to increase the exposure of the sport, plus attract new athletes to stick fighting.
Above all, believe that this craft is promoted already by the Philippines Republic Act 9850, that arnis is our martial arts and sports. Now, my friend out there who are interested to perform this kind of activity, don't hesitate to contact us or to inform us, because we are very much willing to teach little by little, slowly by slowly, until you grow up and you can learn and get that legacy of arnis de caballos.
Can I get your opinion of mixed martial artists in cage fighting?
Mixed martial arts kids fighting is a very good fighting, but you know what? For me, it's look like a brutal way. You can see blood sometimes, but here in arnis, it's seldom you can see that. It's all friendly training. Mixed fighters or mixed performers are very good. They are very good.
Grandmaster Max explains the importance of young children learning the martial art of stick fighting, starting with his own children.
I trained them at the age of 6 years old, growing up. And I feel that my students are very disciplined in terms of character. No joke. When I say so, for them, they will follow. They will follow. So training is very important, because everybody follows the elders, then they will grow up high.
As previously mentioned, it's a goal for Grandmaster to attract more people into the sport. But with that said, he wants people coming into stick fighting for the right reason.
Anyone can do it, but before that, I am going to interview first for you. Because learning first, conversation, I might learn what's your purpose. Because if your purpose is disturbance, sorry, we cannot train you. But if your purpose is to protect yourself and your family and the community and the world and your country, then I can train you.
Well, Grandmaster Max provides very simple and straightforward advice in getting started.
First, wake up as early as the sun. When the sun goes up, start moving. Do your exercise and training, stamina building, endurance, flexibility. Then go for the specific skills, arnis.
Thank you for spending time with us.
Oh, you're welcome. God bless you.
It was a thrill getting to know Grandmaster Max and his sons. Stick fighting is in good hands when it comes to his teachings. A little later, we'll return to Pacific Cebu Resort for some incredible water sports. But up next, it's back to the BVR Invitational, where the ladies are battling it out in between the lines. The action and intensity is picking up. Much more to come from the Philippines after this. We welcome you back to the BVR Invitational. From above, you can see this remarkable setting. Once an undiscovered slice of the Cagayan Valley is now becoming populated with locals and tourists to enjoy. The visionary behind this region is former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile Jr., who, at 93 years old, has a long and historical career in law and politics. It was Mr. Enrile that really opened the doors and literally paved the way for this tournament to take place in this area of the Philippines.
When I came here, this was a wilderness. Nobody minded it. Right? They had it, but nobody had a vision of how to use it and introduce it to the world. No? So I'm glad that today your outfit is here to promote this place and to show them that there is something unique and unusual in this part of the world that they have not seen.
Without a doubt, the senator knew immediately the beauty and potential of this location when he viewed it from above. He finds it a very special place to visit.
As a person with a certain amount of selfishness, of course, I say, oh, you come and see it. This is something that you have not seen. And I don't think you will ever see it again in your life if you will not come here.
His enthusiasm at any age is contagious. As for volleyball, he's a big fan of the sport and the ladies that play it.
I used to play that when I was young, but in a crude way, in the fields of Cagayan. And I like it, apart from the fact that we have good players, young girls, although only the mind can work at this point. But nonetheless, we appreciate them.
And so do we all. The talent and excellent volleyball continued on day 2 as Brazil kept up their expected exceptional play, as the team of Mimi Amaral and Bruno Figueiredo continued their win streak. It's no mystery as to why they play so well together. They're seasoned veterans with lots of tournament experience. And having visited the Philippines previously, once again, they were excited to return.
Yeah, I loved here because I knew this place last year, so I think this place is amazing. Have a beach, beautiful beach, and I love these people here.
Yes, what's there not to love? In the case of this tournament, everyone is given an equal playing field. And for Bruna, she knows that all the athletes are faced with the same challenges, including that of the tropical weather.
I think it's difficult for everybody because it's so hot. But I think it's having good games, and maybe it's the same in Brazil, like the clean. So the girl is so funny, is like a vacation here, so enjoy a lot here in the play.
Without question, Brazil's toughest opponent could very well be the team of Jennifer Snyder and Shara Harris from the U.S. If they cross paths and meet in the championship, how does Bruna compete with the Americans?
I think the team is very good. I think that team have good block and they have a good defense. But I think me and Mimi is good because our team is very consistent. And maybe have a good game in the final if we go.
The two teams seem destined to meet in the championship round. For the U.S., they would have another solid day of play, going undefeated. They would win their match against BVR team number 2, setting up a semifinal matchup of USA taking on Brazil 1.
Yes, I mean, the further along you get, you're getting to teams that don't make as many mistakes. So right now it's a matter of who's going to be the most consistent and who's going to stay in the system. Once you start trying to do things that you're not naturally doing, that's when you start making mistakes. So it's a matter of not getting rattled, staying calm, and taking care of the pass and the set and serving aggressive.
Playing for the USA number 2 team is that of Alexa Misek. Alexa wears a few different hats in the orchestration of this tournament. She's a player and an organizer who, for very good reasons, selected the right players to compete in the BVR Invitational.
We invited actually an amazing group of girls that were already very just warm and kind and also very competitive in volleyball. So we knew who we were inviting to this BVR Invitational, and we really wanted to share the beauty of specifically Angit Beach with them and share the beauty of the Philippines with them. They're already great at beach volleyball, and now we just wanted to show them that this is a beautiful place to play, and we'd love for them to keep playing here and keep raising the level of the Filipino volleyball game.
As a result of this tournament, that is certain to happen. With that said, there's much more to these athletes than just competing. Alexa wants to share that volleyball is a lifestyle.
Beach volleyball is really a lifestyle. It's not just a game, it's not just a sport, it's not just a hobby. It's something that you can really model your life around and enjoy all the things that come with it. Like we're here at the beach right now, hanging out with our friends, having a great time, but also getting to play the sport that we love. So it's really all-encompassing of how we want to live our lives, and I think that's what draws us most to it, and I think that's what we want to be able to show the next generation of volleyball players, is that they can have all this, they can have this happiness and all the good things that come with playing beach volleyball.
And there are plenty of good things, including the caliber of volleyball being played at the BVR Invitational.
I think we're really seeing a lot of new things from a bigger style of game. So we have the Brazilians, the Americans who play a much bigger game. It's very different than the Asian level. So we're learning so much, and we're being pushed and we're being put under competitive pressure, and that's really great for us because now we're learning to rise above that.
Yes, elevated competition makes for great volleyball, and that is what we have here at the BVR Invitational. When we come back, USA 1 takes on Brazil in a showdown of the two most talked about teams. Plus, New Zealand goes up against Alexa Misek and Leah Hinkey to see who will advance. And still, later on, we'll do some exploring as we take you to Cebu and Pacific Cebu Resort. Our extended stay with the BVR Invitational included being treated to luxury and a lot of fun. That included multiple days of diving in incredible waters. Don't miss this, as you'll want to try it firsthand. This is the BVR Invitational. The fun and excitement of this 3-day event continues. Life in the Philippines is good. As mentioned, we did our travel throughout the Philippines on Philippine Airlines. Your experience of the islands begins with the Filipino people, and for the most part, that starts with Philippine Airlines.
Well, every time you visit the Philippines, you have to take Philippine Airlines because somehow it shows how we serve as Filipinos. Our brand now is giving that heart of the Filipino in everything that we do. And our hospitality is world-renowned. And when you visit the Philippines and when you visit our people, you will see the heart of the Filipino right in the cabin service.
Combine the amazing Filipino people with the incredible islands that are accessible, and you have a winning combination. There is so much that both have to offer.
We have so many islands here, untouched, undiscovered, but every time people can get a chance to go there, sports, adventure, and just leisure can be a good combination to have a relaxing and exciting adventure.
The pride of the Filipino people is unquestionable, and really that is one main element that makes Philippine Airlines and traveling to one of their many locations a must-do experience.
I am more proud and most proud of just being part of the national flag carrier of the Philippines, because we are the face of the country in terms of visitors coming from all over the world, and every time they fly PAL, they will already get an experience of how the Philippines will look like and feel like. So your Filipino experience will not start in the airport, but will start on board our so many aircraft in the entire fleet.
Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino. Book your next flight at philippineairlines.com. We welcome you back to the Philippines in the Cagayan Valley as Seagal is proud to present the BVR Invitational. Beach volleyball in this region go hand in hand with one another. We spoke of the lifestyle of volleyball, and when you're not on the court, there is so much more that this region has to offer. The crystal clear water gives way to amazing diving, as this is something we did as often as possible. Of course, jet skiing is always lots of fun, and if you want to slow it down and just go for a cruise, that is always a great option. No matter what your leisure, you won't go wrong. Well, the pace was definitely picking up on the court as the USA team of Jennifer Snyder and Shara Harris would go head-to-head with the Brazilians of Mimi Amaral and Bruno Figueiredo. For Mimi, friends aside, she's all business on the court.
I think when you stay out the court, for me, the girls is my friends. And when I in the court, I don't like the girls. And for me, it's a play and just this. And for outside, no problem for me. And I like it. But when I play, I play.
There's no question about that. Mimi plays very hard in between the lines. The winner of this match would go directly to the final. The loser would face the winner of the match between USA 2 and New Zealand. Both teams have been enjoying excellent play coming into this match, but one team and one team only would advance to the final. The Brazilians saw fit that they would come out swinging, taking their experience of playing together to the Americans. Lefty Bruno Figueiredo is a gutsy player who delivers play after play. For Team USA, they did have some good moments. This was an outstanding point won by the U.S.
Over. Dig by Mimi. Set up for Bruno. Down the line shot. Jennifer getting that second ball. The setup.
But the Brazilians would win game number one convincingly, 21-13.
And a good cross-court point for Brazil.
In game number two, Mimi and Bruno really picked up the pace. They had Team USA off balance, and they took advantage of every opportunity. In the final volley of game two, Mimi found a hole in USA's defense to win the point and the match with a score of 21-9. In the other main match of the day, the USA team of Alexa Misek and Leah Hinkey took on Julia Tilley and Alice Bain of New Zealand. These are both very solid pairs of players. The winner would play USA number one in a play-in game leading to the championship, where Brazil was waiting. The team of Misek and Hinkey had their way with New Zealand, winning the first game 21-8. In the second game, they once again played consistent volleyball, winning 21-16. To reach the championship, they would have to defeat their co-patriots and that of Snyder and Harris of the U.S. The winner of that match would then go on to play Brazil. Jennifer Snyder and Shara Harris, after suffering their first loss of the tournament earlier in the day, were back to their winning ways, playing solid volleyball against Misek and Hinkey. They ran away with the first game with a score of 21-8. Their confidence gaining, they played a strong second game. As mentioned earlier, they don't have a long history of partnership on the court, but there was no evidence of that as they won the second game 21-16 to advance. USA number 2 finished in third place, winning $3,500 in prize money. So the stage was set. There would be a rematch of Brazil taking on the U.S. for the championship. Prior to our arrival in the Cagayan Valley, we visited Manila for a quick stopover. Flying on Philippine Airlines, we had the pleasure of staying at the Manila Marriott Hotel, where 5-star amenities awaited us. We also had the pleasure of speaking to Bruce Winton, who is the general manager. Manila connects to all cities in the Philippines, and the Manila Marriott is conveniently central to the airport, and that makes travel so much easier.
Yeah, well, we call ourselves the gateway to the Philippines. You know, we're directly across the street from Terminal 3, which is the new international terminal at NAIA. So we're directly across the street, so we're 2 minutes away if you land in Terminal 3. But we're just a few minutes away. We have a free shuttle that runs here to Resorts World Manila, where the Marriott's located, and it picks up from all 3 terminals. So it's a nice, easy transition from the terminal to the hotel.
And when you arrive at the Manila Marriott, you'll discover the incredible Filipino people.
Yeah, well, you know, as a hospitality professional for the last almost 30 years, you know, everywhere you go, there's always Filipino people working in the hotels. So to actually come to where it all began, where the real true culture of hospitality was born, is really quite something. And to be a hotel guy running a 5-star hotel where your entire staff is Filipino, 100% basically, apart from the chef and myself or whatever. It's just fantastic, you know. So we take the sort of Marriott processes, systems and history, and we couple it with the Filipino culture and just warm, friendly, genuine hospitality, and it's really a match made in heaven. We talk about hardware and software, and you know, on the hardware side, this hotel is fantastic. It's I get a lot of comments about, this is just a Marriott hotel, it should be a JW Marriott hotel. Lots of our guests say that, but you know, the hardware aside, it's really the software, and we talked about it already. It's just the warm, amazingly comfortable feeling people have when they stay here, and that's all created by our team. You know, but again, you know, the product's fantastic. We, ironically enough, people are surprised to find out that we've got the largest Marriott meeting facility in the world outside of the US, right here in Manila. We just opened the Marriott Grand Ballroom last year, 10,000 square meters of dedicated meeting space, and we're in the process of opening phase 3 of the Marriott Manila, which is the West Wing. We're going to add another 228 premier rooms, more food and beverage, a manho Chinese restaurant, a whiskey bar. So there's a lot of things going on. The hotel continues to evolve, and it's going to be a big, dynamic, exciting project when it's finished.
Yes, along with the excellent amenities and great environment, the success starts with the Filipino people, and they're about to be rewarded.
We like to open the doors to a world of opportunity for our people. And you know, we're just about to blossom here in the Philippines, and we've got some phenomenal people on our team, and I know that their careers are about to explode. And that, there's nothing more rewarding than that, to create opportunities for your team. So that they work hard, they play hard, they deserve future success. Marriott's got a great story globally, and it's about to hit the Philippines big time.
The Manila Marriott Hotel, an exceptional place to stay when in Manila and en route to the BVR Invitational in the Cagayan Valley. As mentioned, the stage is set for our championship final as Brazil takes on the U.S. We'll have that and a lot more when we return. You're watching the BVR Invitational. Stay with us and enjoy some more of the Philippines.
For 75 years, your journeys have been our journeys. From the beauty of our nature to the warmth of our people, fly with the airline that lets you feel the heart of the Filipino.
The heart of the Filipino, shining through. Philippine Airlines, shining through.
Welcome back to the BVR Invitational. As mentioned, the #1 USA team of Shara Harris and Jennifer Snyder will take on the #1 Brazil team of Bruno Figueiredo and Mimi Amaral. It will be a rematch of an earlier win by Brazil over Team USA. We definitely look forward to that match. While these ladies are living a lifestyle that is enviable, playing beach volleyball in exotic beaches, the road to financial freedom, like in other sports, for example, that of women's professional tennis, is few and far between. The ladies on the beach have come a long way, but there is still much to achieve. Jennifer Snyder explains.
Well, one of the great things that's happening is it's now an NCAA collegiate sport, right? So women's beach volleyball, we're still trying to get the men, along, but it's hopefully for our future generations, we're trying to grow the game into something that will actually have a sustainable lifestyle, right? Because there's not a lot of money in volleyball right now, even though we work just as hard and train just as hard as all the other professional sports. Most everyone has a normal job as well to be able to afford the travel and all the things that, that comes along with the tournaments and the fees and all of those kind of things. So without sponsors, it makes it really tough, and so everybody has a job on the side. So what we're hoping is with these future generations, and we're trying to kind of pave the way, I guess, like, Billie Jean did, with tennis, where you kind of have to take a stance and you're trying to really forge headway for, those younger generations.
For the benefit of current women's volleyball players and future players, we certainly hope that happens. Inside the lines, there are many factors when it comes to the game and how it's played by partners on the court. One main aspect is that of communication between the players.
Well, I coach full-time outside of this, so sometimes it's hard to take that hat off while you're also a player, right? So you have to be very careful with the type of communication that you give back and forth with your partner, because you don't want to tell somebody what to do, but it's more of a partnership. So, and she coaches as well. So we talk about our ideas and what we think is going on, and strategically, what we're trying to accomplish. And so then we go out each play, and so we see what's happening, we see tendencies, and then we make adjustments. It's more like a chess game than people realize. As long as you can withstand the weather and the physical part of it, if you can win the chess game, that's how you beat people.
With that said, volleyball is a game of momentum, and you have to be able to figure out ways to alter your attack according to any given situation on the court.
You have to go back with game plans. You have to have strategy. So you have to have a couple of things that you can do if one isn't working, because they're doing the same thing. If they see things happening, they're going to make adjustments. So it's whoever can make the adjustments quicker and longer is basically who wins most of the time.
One of the elements that no player can control is that of the weather. It's no mystery. Here in the Philippines, it can get hot. The heat plays a factor for all the players. For Brazilian Mimi Amaral, how does she and her partner deal with it?
After the game, I drink a lot of water, and I have supplements and food. Me and Bruno, I need to eat and drink a lot of water because he is very hot. And we have rolls, and you need in the legs and the muscle, because the muscle is very stressed, and that's this.
Well, the heat is on as Brazil takes on USA in the final. When we come back, we'll experience the vibe of the BVR Invitational firsthand. And then we'll get down to business. We do like to mix business with pleasure, and that is next. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Philippines. As the action on the court continues to heat up at the BVR Invitational, we'd like to take you to Cebu and Pacific Cebu Resort. As mentioned earlier, there are endless possibilities for fun and adventure in the Philippines. At Pacific Cebu Resort, the fun and excitement greet you with spectacular beauty and comfort. From the moment you arrive, we discovered that the people are warm, friendly, and eager to make your stay in their one of many beautiful rooms an experience you'll enjoy and remember. As mentioned, there are many activities available, and one very popular water adventure is that of diving. Come join us as the staff of certified divers takes the very beginners to the most advanced divers on dives just minutes from our shoreline. You'll be trained in PCR's dive pool and accommodated with the best and newest of diving equipment.
We are here. We're going to do first dive and the keep dives. We go down at 25 to 28 meters. We can see the entrance of the keep. Then
so that's about 90 feet.
Yeah. Then we go inside. Then we'll stay until the middle. Then in order to can still see the entrance.
Professional, avid, and experienced divers will tell you that diving off the coast of Cebu is one of the most spectacular dive locations in the world. The coral and marine life are protected and plentiful. We had the opportunity to dive on 3 different occasions, and each time it was incredible. On each dive, we were treated with a unique experience, one that you can only appreciate if you do it firsthand. In our group, we had first-time divers to seasoned veterans of the ocean. We had one successful and breathtaking dive after another. There is something very special about diving and exploring the ocean. The mysteries, the history of each dive location, and the connection one makes with the ocean in a setting like this is really one that can't be explained. Again, you have to experience it like we did yourself. At Pacific Cebu Resort, your very own diving experience awaits you, and with that, memories of a lifetime. Above the water, the adventure is quite different and lends itself to many unique ways to enjoy yourself. Whether it be an exciting boat ride along the coast or testing your athletic skill in the latest of water sports like this, the possibilities are endless, and you will for sure be as entertained and active as you desire. This is definitely a blast, and after a few moments of instruction, you'll have it down. Of course, if that's not your idea of fun, you can slow things down a little with parasailing. The views are spectacular and the endless sea awaits you in a long and extended ride. Back at the resort, enjoy the best massage on the planet. Hands down, no pun intended, Pacific Cebu Resort provides an incredible and relaxing massage. As the evening rolls on, enjoy excellent dining and activities. Nightly, you'll be treated to a wide variety of entertainment, from local music to cultural pastimes. Without a doubt, the nightly showcase of activities beachside at Pacific Cebu Resort is an experience you'll treasure and want to share with your family and friends. When we come back, much more BVR volleyball to come as we pick up the action. You're watching the BVR Invitational from the Philippines. Welcome back to the BVR Invitational. Before we get to the final, we thought you would enjoy some sights and sounds off the court. There's nothing like the laid-back feel you get from beach volleyball, and especially in the Philippines. Live local music, beautiful beaches, extraordinary athletes. What else can we say? Cagayan Grand Adventure and Leisure is proud to present the BVR Invitational, being brought to you by Philippine Airlines, by Marriott Manila, by Cagayan Valley Department of Tourism, the Philippines, where the adventure never ends, and by GMB Layson Travel Agency. Allow Gina and her staff to show you this amazing province. We welcome you back to the BVR Invitational, where after 3 days of compelling beach volleyball between 12 teams, the stage is set for the final 2 teams still standing, as we have a rematch of the United States team of Jennifer Snyder and Shara Harris taking on the Brazilian team of Mimi Amaral and Bruna Figueiredo. Brazil took it to the Americans in 2 straight earlier in the day, but Snyder and Harris redeemed themselves, clawing their way back into the championship court, defeating fellow Americans Alexa Misek and Leah Hinkey in the semis. Jennifer Snyder is an established and excellent volleyball player. She plays with focus and skill on the court and is an excellent teammate. A veteran of the sport of beach volleyball, she has played in countless tournaments around the world and very much has enjoyed her time in the Philippines.
Yes, this is beautiful. The beaches are amazing. The people are even better. I mean, it's so warm and welcoming here. So I'm really fortunate. I've got to do a lot of cool stuff in my life, and this is one of my favorite places.
On the court, Jennifer is one of the taller players. Depending on the court, conditions, and correct height placement of the net, being tall doesn't necessarily mean she has the advantage.
Normally I would say yes, except for the sand isn't very deep. So it kind of levels the playing field, even for the shorter players, because now they have solid ground to be able to jump if they have hops. So kind of neutralizes whatever advantages that you have. But I do feel that being tall is helpful as long as you're agile.
Well, Jennifer is definitely agile and athletic. She has been in the game her entire adult life. A great lifestyle it is, and one she plans on doing for some time.
Well, at this point in my life, I'm just trying to play volleyball as long as my rig will let me. I mean, I've been playing beach volleyball now for about 11 years, and I've been playing volleyball for about 25 years. So, played professionally overseas indoor for a little while, and then decided I wanted to take a shot at this, and I've really been enjoying what this has offered me. I love traveling, and I love, meeting new people and cultures and stuff, so I mean, it's really been a great segue for the things I'd like to do in life, which is volleyball and travel.
For her partner, Shara Harris, win or lose, she is taking in every moment of being in the Philippines.
It's so welcoming. It's almost tricking me because I think I'm on vacation, and yet I'm here playing in a professional beach volleyball event. So it's awesome. I mean, every time that I look around, I'm living in the moment. I'm appreciating every second because this is not going to happen again. Who knows if I'll be back next year or not. So they're very welcoming. The weather's a little hot and humid. I'm not used to sweating just standing here, but we're getting through it and we're staying hydrated. We're getting to know the culture. Everything is great.
I think we all feel the same about our trip to the Philippines. This would be a best 2 out of 3 game final. USA came into this match feeling better about themselves than the first time they played the Brazilians. Once again, the Brazil team of Mimi Amaral and Bruna Figueiredo beat Snyder and Harris convincingly earlier in the day. The teams were excited to be in the final, and they both played well with a little extra hop in their step. For Brazil, they played well at the net and took the first game 21-14. For Mimi Amaral, she expressed and gave us some insight to the best part of her game.
I think my serve is very good, and sometimes my block and when I drop. But I think my serve is the best.
Mimi's serve is definitely solid, especially when she quickly approaches the net on defense. Here, the volley works out exactly like planned as Brazil won the point. But it would be USA who would see their efforts in the second game rise up to the occasion. Snyder and Harris looked like a much different team than they did earlier in the day, as they hold off the Brazilians in game number 2 with a 21-18 win, forcing a deciding third and final game. In the third game, Brazil would regain their composure, playing solid volleyball. All facets of their game were on display. They came in as the favored team to win the tournament, and with the pressure on in the final game of the day, they too rose to the occasion when it counted the most. With the court in shadows, the team of Mimi Amaral and Bruna Figueiredo would hold off Snyder and Harris of the USA with a 15-9 victory as they win the inaugural BVR Invitational.
Championship match awarded to Team Brazil!
Once again, the final point as the lefty Bruna Figueiredo will slam down the kill. That cements the Brazilians' BVR Invitational Championship. It was an amazing 3 days of volleyball. The celebration was on, and it was a celebration of these players and the love and lifestyle of volleyball that they all enjoy. I certainly hope that you enjoyed watching the BVR Invitational along with us. We have so many great memories and, for that matter, wonderful times to look back on. Life is definitely good in the Philippines. Until next year, I'm Paul Higgins saying so long from the BVR Invitational, and thank you so much for watching.